Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and welcome to the Monster Hunter World Beta. We're going to do a lame look through the weapons. Lame because we're just going to go through the training area. Hopefully, that's fine with you guys. We're going to be just showing off all the weapons that we have access to in the beta. This should be every weapon type in the game. There are going to be some differences. I believe mostly just statistical. Like, it's just going to be maybe different elemental weapon options when it comes to the ammo. Maybe some different, just like it might do more of this kind of damage, more of that kind of damage. That's pretty much it. So I do suggest that you actually go into this training area if you're going to play the beta. We're already a couple of days in though, but my gosh, this is actually a really good beta. I'm just like, I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I want to do an extra video for this. So I plan to do a lot of videos for this game. I'm kind of in love with it. So yeah, if you can get into the beta, you do need PlayStation Plus, jump in. Hey, so first thing you want to do is go into the training area to try out one weapon or two so you can get comfortable with it. Otherwise, you're going to flounder around and you're going to need to change around the options. This game has some weird controls. So for me, I have to invert the camera controls and then the reticle controls as well. That's whenever you aim. There's some other things you might want to change, especially if you're used to playing on DS. Now, me personally didn't play the handheld console or any like Monster Hunter except for the very, very first one. And I didn't even beat it at that. So I had a lot to learn with this game. And if you're like me, you want to learn what you could do in this game, then let's go ahead and talk about that. So, is it a fun game? Yeah, I think it's a fun game. Is it worth learning? Yes, that's why I'm making this video. So shut up and learn and learn some things, guys. So I'm just going to turn down the audio here. So yeah, we're going to do this look through. It's going to be longer. It's going to be long-winded. I really hope that's fine because I want to talk about the complexity of this. So even if you don't watch the rest of the video, just know that I was inclined to make this video because I really want to show how complex these weapons are. Of course, the game's called Monster Hunter, but the first video that I wanted to do here is talking about the complexity of what you are going to be using to hunt the monsters. So this is going to be talking about just the weapons. There's not really much for gear that we have in the beta, but I've been told in previous games, it actually gets really in-depth. So we do have things that will boost our attack. We'll have things that boost our defense. You also have buffs that you can eat on the go or whenever you jump into the map. Evasion, slinger capacity, a couple different things. Dude, there's some really cool mantles as well. These are like temporary armors. So you can put on the glider and you can kind of, well, you glide. You can put on the rock steady mantle. So then you can, it kind of gives you like stability. And then you don't get knocked down as easily. So you can just kind of swing away and do whatever. A couple others that gives a slight defenses or maybe a little bit more stealth. But mostly, we're not going to be talking about whole builds. We're going to be talking about the weapons. But let me just say, the weapons in this game are so complex that you could probably consider them their own class. Really, actually, when you're playing the game, you're going to see these symbols of these weapons above players' heads because that's their class. And it will change how they play. So in saying that, though, if you play MMOs, you're not going to have that many abilities with just the weapon. However, when it comes to the mechanics of just learning them, it gets pretty intense. So let's take a weapon that on the first day of my stream, I said was probably the most vanilla weapon. So we will start with this one because this is kind of like the poster weapon for Monster Hunter. It's, the greatsword, tried and true. And I thought that this was super simple, right? I was like, okay. This is whatever. So yeah, we're in the training ground. Nothing too fancy here. Nothing whatsoever. And we're just gonna, well, powerful. Yep, big damage.
Close range weapon. Though attacks leave you wide open.
Now the handler is gonna give you some cool tips. Also, you can actually play a video whenever you hover over the weapon to kind of let you know how it's played a little bit. So you're gonna want to do that whenever you get into the game, or you can watch this video. Okay, so you can charge up attacks. What to do, right? And you can also, there's a combo of charged attacks. So that's the gimmick. You don't have any extra resource. You don't have any crazy mobility. You're not going to be shooting freaking rockets out of this thing. You're not going to be jumping up on top of monsters with this thing generally. You don't really do much with this weapon. The play style, from what I know historically, has been you run around unsheathed, which you can actually run really fast. And then you want to run up to monsters and then attack them. But you only have so many running attacks and such. The main combo here is going to be charge attacks. So you see you have different stages of the charge attack. And then you actually can combo. So we have 1, and then we have our 2. And then there's a 3rd. Now the 3rd's a little bit special here. It does a lot of hold on, wait for it. And there's 183 damage right there. It's going to do more or less depending on where you hit it on the monsters, so keep that in mind. So that's the gimmick. As you can see, we stand completely still. We are completely open before and after the attacks. and it's reliant on combos. So to do the biggest damage, you have to do the combo. For the finisher, essentially. That's kind of like a fighting game, and that's kind of weird. So if I'm not mistaken, this has changed a little bit from previous Monster Hunters, where before, I would think that maybe it's similar, but now we can do some things a little bit more, and some things have been taken away. But I will show you the main combo that you're going to see a lot of speedrunners doing already. So that sounds simple, right? And that seems really vanilla. It's like, okay, well, a barbarian could use a greatsword. This is simple. You just circle, 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 right? There's no other resource. There's no other extra things. Actually, guys, what if I told you that the greatsword has a huge amount of finesse? Do you like animation canceling? Do you like stuff like that? Do you like mixing and matching combos? Yeah, okay. Well, that's where this weapon really shines. So yeah, I did want to kind of do a video really talking about this. All right, so like I said, you have to get to that third swing the fastest. Otherwise, you can charge these. Oh yeah, and you need to release at the certain parts of these. You see where I shine? So we gotta shine, shine, release. You want to time it. You don't want to just hold it. Okay, so you can go through the combo with the triangle, but that's not all you can do. Oh yeah, remember, you can guard. You want to do that whenever monsters are roaring. You can guard, and you can kick from guard. Anyways, we're not going to go through every single ability from all these weapons, but I want to show you how complex even vanilla weapons can seem. So, again, you can do triangle, you can do triangle, forward triangle, and then you're now forward triangle again for the third. But you can actually kind of cheat. It's not cheating. It's obviously built into the game. But you can skip to the third strike in a couple of different ways. Mainly, it's going to be through tackling. So let's see. I think if we do a circle, a wide slash, no, you can't. So see, certain abilities don't chain into the second attack, but one that does is you can dodge. You can dodge and then tackle. So there's the tackle, and then now we're in the stage 2, and then you can go. Oh yeah, there's another gimmick right there with a strong wide slash instead of a normal wide slash. But sorry, a little complex there. We should actually need to lock on. By the way, lock on is like garbage in this game. Really hope it gets tightened up. Yeah, look at this. Like, holy shit. Anyways, we're not here to talk about things I don't like about the game. We're here to gush about the weapons. Jesus. Okay. Well, sometimes that's just going to get in the way, isn't it? All right. Guess. Yep. Just try. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is happening. All right. Anyways. Let's go ahead and try to get this tackle on. So we tackle. There's the charge. And then now we're in the third charge without having to do the first big heavy attack. So you can do this by, you can roll and triangle. So you can roll triangle, and then you're in the second form, and then you can go into the third. So you're going to see a lot of people do that. But alternatively, if you need to get there just a little bit faster, then you can roll, tackle, cancel out of the second with another tackle, and then you can do it again. So yeah, roll, tackle. I mean, again, I think you gotta have the stamina for it. Nope, here we go. There it is. And so you're gonna see that in the speedrunners. They're gonna skip a lot. So yeah, you're gonna do animation canceling. Also, you can cancel recovery animation, which, by the way, since you're already in a roll, you can immediately start the combo over again. So let's see if we can do that. So we're gonna tackle. Oh yeah, you could do jumping wide slash. We're not gonna really mess with circle for a little bit, but you can also mix and match circle. Let's see. So I guess I can show that. So one thing that you can do is, let's get to the second. So here's tier 2. You can oh, sorry, you gotta hold forward. So you can go into the tier 2 version. So 1, 2, 3, it's super powered. And then your next attack, if you do circle, is also a super powered strong wide slash. So this thing actually, even though it's super slow, it is still combo reliant, and it is still fluid combos. So you have to really think about, do you want to animation cancel? Do you want to block? What do you want to do? Also, there's a couple of things that you can kind of break the game with. So you can just do, you can do some running. You can do a running triangle, which is going to do 22 damage. And then you can skip into that, or you can even skip to the third one if you want to. Running attack, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to do the circle, but you can't do circle out of running. So your options are to, let's see, you have to block. You have to guard. You have to guard and then circle. But as you can see here, if I guard, it kind of slows me down just a little bit. So you're still standing still, and even for a longer amount of time than the normal triangle. And then, yeah, so it can get awkward. But one thing that you can do, which is kind of silly, again, rolling is animation canceling. You can guard and then roll at the same time, and then you can do a rolling attack. So you can do this, and then you can wide slash. And then you can do the circle combo. which then actually it makes you travel further than the normal running attack. So you're rewarded for learning really the in-depth basic mechanics of the game. So you didn't even see me guard right there, did you? It was just a fluid roll with a fluid wide slash. So yeah, you should be able to see the button combinations I'm using there. So what I'm doing is I'm running, I'm sprinting, and then I guard, and then I roll at the same time. Anyways, so yeah, like a really vanilla weapon, I thought, seemingly, but it's actually really complex. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move a little bit more rapidly through the weapons. Now just assume that a lot of weapons are as complex as that, just kind of in different ways. So we can go with, I think really the next one we should show off is the Feathered Blade. This thing is just, this thing is super anime. You should have seen me on stream. I was gushing so hard about this thing.
The insect glaive is a close range weapon.
Oh yeah, also we have a bug. We got a bug. We have a kinsect. Pretty crazy. So the bug, we can actually send this out. We mark a target and it hits a part of the monster, and I believe depending on the part of the monster, it there we go. We call it back. It gets a different buff. So I think you have the 1, 2, 3 up there, and you get a different buff, and you can do different things. But here's the main gimmick, guys. Here is the main gimmick of this weapon, and oh my god, did I have too much fun with this. So you can fly through the air, guys. Look at this, dude. You get freaking what is this? You get 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jumps, all in different directions, guys. And yes, you can go hella high. It's ridiculous. And you can actually fly. And depending on the combo, you can actually continue to do it again. Hold on, I don't know how you actually... Yeah, you can really fly. Like, you're a freaking helicopter, guys. So, this is a rodeo weapon, essentially. I guess, really, what you're going to do is you're going to be trying to get on top of the monster and rodeo it a lot. Also, you just do a ton of damage. Like, you just do a ton of damage. Of course, you have lots of flowing attacks. Like, I mean, you're never not attacking. You're just pressing tons of buttons. It's just a really ridiculous weapon that even if you're just button mashing is just stupid fun. But if you know what you're doing, you do some ridiculous stuff. You can get those buffs, and it's just crazy. So yeah, you can. There it is. It's like, yeah, insect. Go over there. Go hit that part of the monster. Get that buff. Go do the things. Run up and just ridiculousness. So yes, you have weapons like this that exist in the game. It's just insane. Yeah. Would be pretty crazy to see a weapon like that in Dark Souls. Not many like that in Dark Souls, that even come close. All right, so we have, we have our slow weapons. We got some faster weapons, some agile weapons. We'll go through every weapon here for you guys. Don't worry. But then we also have ranged. And I think the bow is like a great example of awesome ranged. So I think this is a lot better than previous Monster Hunters, thanks to the better aiming system.
The bow is a ranged weapon you can charge.
Also, keep in mind, I did play Horizon Zero Dawn, and I do play a little bit of that Hanzo, so I kind of know how to use bows, and I do actually know, I play a lot of third-person shooters on consoles. I do know how to aim, and I do know good aim in third-person shooters. Is this good aim? Yes. The aim assist is not too heavy. It's really sexy. Now, the lock-on's garbage. 100%. The lock-on is objectively bad. It is not good. It needs to be fine-tuned a little bit, but actually aiming in the game is totally fine. Of course, you do move a little bit slower, but that's totally fine. You can quickly, move here, there. It still feels really agile. It still feels really good. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn levels, maybe better, probably better. I would argue better. In fact, if Dark Souls had the system, it would only make the game so much better. This is great. Okay, so this has a combo one, so you can actually combo multiple shots, which is interesting. You also have coating. So as you can see here, we have different coatings. So you're going to want to equip each of these individually. So there's a little bit of downtime there as you're coating each of these. So we got close range coating, which makes our arrows explode. Makes it kind of shotgun-like. We have a couple of different abilities that we can use. And there are actually some in-depth complexities with this again. Like I showed you the greatsword. Now just imagine every weapon generally, more or less, has that sort of complexity. To a lesser degree, depending on how much of a gimmick it has. But yeah, we have different coatings. You can actually charge this guy. We do have a bigger freaking attack here, a piercing attack, which that doesn't seem like it does much damage. It does more damage based on, how far it pierces through a monster. Yeah, so lots of cool stuff and things, guys. Lots of cool stuff and things. Anyways, so yeah, there are some interesting combos that I am missing for a lot of these weapons, but we are just showing all the different weapons that I'm geeking out about. So, all right, okay, let's go into the trick weapons. So yeah, if you played Bloodborne, you know that Bloodborne's all about trick weapons, right? And if you liked that sort of mechanic, then you're gonna like these. I mean, we got a freaking gun lance. We have this is called the switch axe, and then we have the sword. This isn't sword and shield. This is charge sword. So that's a pretty weird mechanic. We'll go with this one. Okay, so it's a sword and a shield, but you don't actually. Yeah. Okay, that was weird.
The charge blade has
Yeah, it's sword and axe. It's a sword that's a shield, but you put the sword through the axe and it becomes an axe. It's crazy. Okay, so this one has an extra resource management. So you're gonna see this in a couple of weapons. This one has a charge resource. So as we gain charges, and there's this really weird extra part component to it. Now I'm totally not a full master of this either because it's actually really confusing and holy shit. A lot of people really like this weapon. This weapon is insane. Like I have no idea what I'm doing here. I have no idea how to lock on or aim this thing either. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, we're gonna try to get. I think we're charging our sword here, and once it's fully charged, it kind of like you start to parry yourself. Yeah.
You've charged up too much blade energy. You need to.
So now here, look at this. So now our attacks get deflected. So you have to really manage this resource, and you can charge your sword or your shield, your axe. I don't even know what to call this. But then you charge the axe. So there we go. We charge the axe, and now we probably want to switch into our other form. So yeah, you can guard here. That's pretty hype. So you can guard. But now let's go ahead and switch to the axe. Charge files. So yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we can use our axe, and we do some cool stuff and things. Yeah, we do really cool stuff and things. And of course, it's gonna use some charge. But I believe it charges itself individually or something. I don't know, man. You gotta watch out for that. So it's a stance dancer. You gotta be switching from sword, shield to a giant freaking axe thing. It's pretty mobile, at least horizontally. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's actually really complex. In fact, we just gotta move on because we got other weapons to use. It's crazy, guys. Extra resource management is something that I did want to show off. Let's see. We can move over to the steel axe now. The steel axe is probably my preferred weapon. Or one of my preferred weapons. You can see this one has an extra resource management as well, up at the top left, below the sharpness there. So this one is it's a great sword and a great axe at the same time. So yeah, all right, its main form. Here we go.
The switch axe has two forms: axe and sword. You can power up the sword attacks by injecting.
Yes, sir. So kind of similar to the other one, except instead of sword and shield, it's great sword and great axe, and of course you have your own combos, your own complexities. Here we go. So we have our different combos that we can utilize, and then there's like some really ridiculous stuff that you can do. A lot of sweeping attacks here. Pretty decent, consistent damage, I think so. So, yeah. Just a lot of crazy swings. Then you can switch it around into the great sword, and oh my god, it's crazy, dude. Holy shit. And I think this one, let's see. Okay, yeah, we're now in the great sword mode, and then we can do this crazy chainsaw looking attack here, which just does tons of damages. You can't see the damage because I can't aim. Holy crap. Okay, explosions, dude. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So if you remember Bloodborne, how you switch forms mid combos, that's what this feels like. Instead of normal stance dancing, where it's like you stance and then you do your full combo, then you stance, this one, it's more fluid. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And you do have the elemental power stuff. Change equipment. All right. So, and then we have the gun lance. Let's check out the gun lance. This one isn't quite it's not a stance dancer at all, but you do alternate between doing blast attacks and stab attacks. This one is really static.
The gun lance is a close-range weapon that also fires shells. Find an opening and then put your prey down.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you get Wyverns Fire, which is a big-ass attack. Let's see. How do we do this? It's just, Wyverns Fire. Yeah, you gotta be standing still, and then it's just this big charge attack. Oh, sorry, you can't, there it is. And it just explodes for tons of damages. You gotta watch out, there is friendly fire in this game, so you are gonna knock some people back, but it won't actually hurt them. And for the most part, you're just like super tanky. You are very immobile. The only mobility you have is a backspace, which I wonder if you can actually gimmick. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to, if you can aim yourself, you might be able to go in some different directions here and do some cool things. It's gonna take a lot of stamina though. And of course, blocking when you get hit, it's gonna take some stamina as well. But yeah, this one has the ammo resource. So if you want to keep your combo going and do a lot of damage, you can use your circle. So as you can see, like if you can just sit here and stab, like that's some decent damage. But look at this, the reload, all you do is guard, and you basically instant reload. So you're going to be, if the monster just wants to just let you hammer on it, you can do some serious damage. You just got to keep in mind the reload. That's really all you got to do. But no, you can do some serious damage, guys. It is like no joke, and you get some cool freaking attacks, man. You can also guard while blocking. Also, you got to keep in mind though. Okay, so you see how I'm like attacking high up in the air? You got to look out for that. So if I were to shoot, yeah, see, if you shoot just after a certain attack, it's gonna go where your weapon is originally. So let's try. Oh yeah, you can do a charge attack, which is nice. Yeah, if you try to shoot after the charge attack, it's gonna shoot up. So you gotta kind of look out for the aim. It's kind of weird. You have to actually aim a melee weapon, which is awkward in this game. But if the monster's face is right there, then hell yeah, you want to shoot. But if you're aiming for something else, maybe it's on the ground, you're gonna want to attack probably again. So then it's on the ground and then shoot. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, a little bit of complexity there. Okay, you gotta make sure to get that quick reload, man. Quick reload. And then we got some big attacks here, where we could do some pretty crazy stuff. Big damage. Oh yeah, and you do have sharpness with the different weapons. So yeah, this thing does some big explosive damage, or at the same time, you can actually do, I would say, pretty consistent DPS overall. And it's really good because you don't have to run away, you don't have to dodge, you can just guard, and so you can just consistently do some big damage. Now, since you aren't that mobile, it's going to be awkward to actually aim for weak spots and such. So, just keep that in mind. But it's still a really cool, badass weapon. Again, not very mobile though. But if you just want to be a freaking tank and literally like with a cannon, that's definitely the weapon to go with. All right, we can change out to the other lance though. The Thunder Lance. This was suggested to me, and at first I was like, oh, okay, so there's no way this is as cool as the other lance. Actually, sorry, this is just normal lance, by the way. It's just in the game we have the Thunder Lance. So yeah, right here, I was like, oh, okay, so basically I'm going to be the Lancer from Terra. Nothing special here. I mean, I mained Lancer. I had a max level Lancer in Terra. It's like, okay, but no, actually there's this really cool ability, which kind of is going to seem similar to the Lancer. So we're gonna just go ahead. Oh wait, hold on. What is this? What is this ability? I actually forgot which one it was. Okay, the dash attack. Here we go. Oh, I can run up walls and jump. Holy shit! Yes, you can do that. So, most weapons in this game are just a little bit extra. Also, you can just kind of run through the map like this, and you actually run faster and faster. So let's see if we can do this. So yeah, we gain a little bit of extra speed there, and you can run pretty far, which is pretty crazy. Now I don't know the necessary requirements to run up walls. Not sure what that's all about, but yeah, you can do some pretty consistent damage, run up some walls, maybe do a little rodeo or two. I don't know, probably not very consistently, but hey, it's something gimmicky and cool there. And I'm sure there's some other cool, oh, there's a counter attack. So you do have a counter. Not many, I don't think any other weapon has a counter, but yeah, you do have a counter, get hit, and then, well, they get hit even harder. So there's that. Lots of thrusts, some directional thrusts. It is more mobile a little bit thanks to the running attack than the other lance, but it's still a lance and shield. You're still going to be more of a tanky type of character. Okay, so let's see. We could just run straight through, but we haven't done a range in a while. So let's go ahead with the bone shooter here. Now there's actually a couple. Okay, we have a heavy bowgun. Actually, wait, I want to show the other heavy bowgun. In this one, they put 2 heavy bowguns, but they do have different ultimates. Here's a light bowgun, and then here's another heavy bowgun. So let's go ahead and do this. This one has a more explosive ultimate. So the heavy bowgun's basically, this one at least, is a freaking light machine gun, guys. Like, holy shit. It does a lot of damage. But as you can see, we're slow. Like, we are slow. So similar to the greatsword, you're going to be like unequipping it a lot. You're going to be sheathing it a lot. You're going to be running around and positioning. Positioning is important. But all right, let's show the special ammo. So all the heavy bowguns, you have to load a special ammo. Yes, you stand still when you do it. Now, this is what this ultimate is. This is what this is. It's literally an LMG, guys. And it does a lot of damage. Don't worry about those 1s and 2s. No, it will actually do a ton of damage, especially if you aim it right. It's so stupid damage. It's great. Okay, so now this one, unlike the bow, where you have to actually equip individually, this is kind of a cool mechanic. I can't say it's stance dancing, but basically, normally in like games with guns, you would shoot an ammo, and then you would reload. But with this, it's like you shoot, and you can see the ammo counter down there. but then you can actually just kind of switch instantaneously. So like, what weapon has the most consistent damage? It's got to be this. It's got to be this. And then you get some really crazy ones like this. Cluster ammo. It's just, look at this, dude. You freaking rain mortars down. So I guess what you can do is do sticky ammo a couple times, do another cluster bomb, or just some big, big damage. Of course, friendly fire, you gotta look out for that. Oh, whoops. You gotta look out, it's gonna knock people around. And a lot of this stuff is actually hard to aim. If you can see, there's actually travel time on the bullets. Yes, and they're not perfectly accurate either for some of these. Also, you want to switch to different types of ammo to attack different types of monsters, and then use different types of ammo to hit different parts of the monster. Also, you have ammo that you can actually shoot your teammates with that'll give them boosts. So you can do demon ammo, give them strength, give them armor. Just like, this is actually really complex, but of course, there's not too much more to it. It's just positioning, it's aim. Oh my god, aim is important, but aim is good in this game. But monsters are really mobile. They're sweeping all over the land, and they will jump on you. So if you're caught reloading, you could get gibbed. So you got to be really careful. So this weapon, it's like easy mode, easy. Oh wait, now it's actually attacking me. GG. Pretty hard. But in a group, it's a really great support weapon, absolutely. And the light bow gun, honestly, it's very, very similar. It's very similar, but I'll show you like its ultimate, right? Its special move, just cause, for completion's sake. This one actually lays mines.
The light bow gun is a lightweight ranged weapon that's great for quick attack.
Yeah, this one's gonna lay mines. So you're gonna be really mobile, if you do get attacked, or you can lay these around you in case you do get attacked. But this one, yeah, you look how fast you move. You move real fast with this one. Though I would argue, most of the time, I don't know. I guess you could. You don't have to run. Like, look how fast you move with this. So you can more consistently be attacking. And I think the concept with this one is, if a monster is weak to water, thunder, or whatever elemental, then you're gonna want to be peppering that. Not only that, but you're gonna want to be like applying poison, applying paralysis. This is more of a support weapon here than maybe the others. So yeah, it's gonna do a little bit less damage, but you're a lot safer, and you're gonna more consistently have those status effects on monsters. And yeah, you might be a little bit more safe as well with the mines, maybe a little bit. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Hey, it's cool. Let's go here, change equipment now. So we basically showed off all of the ranged weapons there. So let's go ahead. We have now the spiked horn. This is a pretty cool support weapon. So this is the hunting horn. This is a hammer. It's a hammer, but it's a horn, guys. So, okay. This is a weird gimmick. Right. How the hell am I supposed to show this off? Okay.
Is a close-range support weapon that plays
Yep.
status buffing melodies. Buff yourself.
Exactly what she said. You're a bard. Now, if you've ever wanted to play a bard and actually have like a bard mechanic, a lot of MMOs, it's just, you're basically a support mage. You just press buttons. You're not actually playing music or have combos. But, since this is a combo-oriented game, it makes sense to have a weapon like this. It really does. So, all right, I'll show you. In the top right there, you can see the sort of recipe list, the blueprint, the sheet music. So if I want to give a buff to everybody, and keep in mind, you don't have to actually hit anything. So I'm going to press triangle, and then circle, and then circle, and then R2 to play the song. And so here it is. And there we go. Now everyone has attack up. But also, these actually count as attacks. So this one, I'm going to do triangle, triangle, circle, and then triangle. Oh, sorry. Whatever I just pressed. I don't know what I'm pressing. Anyways, so yeah, you can mess up songs, you can mess up combos. So let's see, we gotta go, circle, circle, and then triangle. Triangle for the health boost! And then we can play it. And yes, all these swings can count as attacks. And since this is a blunt weapon, if you hit him in the face, it can paralyze, it can stun. But the thing is if you're using this like that, I imagine that when you play the song, you could be really hurt. So you got to wait until the monster's not aggroed on you. You got to wait until it is stunned to play the song. So like if you want to, if you really need to just get your buffs up, then you can do this outside of combat. Like you don't need to be on the monster to press these. Then we do wind pressure, negated. So there it is. And remember, all the swings do count as attacks, but whether you want to actually be in the thick of things when you do that, yeah. I do believe different hammers are going to have different types of buffs, like speed buff and stuff like that. So keep that in mind, my friendos. Yeah, lots of cool stuff, man. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff and things, man. All right. So yeah, that's one of the weirdest weapons I saw in the game. Okay, now let's go to the more vanilla binding rock. All right, so here's one aspect of the game. Now, I do believe this is this might be the most basic, simplistic weapon in the game, unless there's something that I didn't learn or glean yet. Probably still has animation canceling, but let me just tell you this. I know we're not fighting monsters. We're in the sandbox mode, but keeping up with these monsters and hitting them in the places that you need to, since this is a blunt weapon, you need to hit them in the face or hard areas. It's actually very difficult, and it makes even the most vanilla weapons still incredibly satisfying to play. So, since this is a blunt weapon, you don't just go up and just hit it wherever. You need to hit it in its face, so keep that in mind.
Close-range weapon that lets you get up in a monster's face to deal powerful.
Yes, handle your less. So, I mean, yeah, we can click this. I mean, we can just do our normal combos. Triangle, whatever. Like that's all we can do. Yeah, this thing is actually recoiling me. Charge. A little bit of mobility there. Holy crap. Big spins. So hold on, wait, how far does that go? That's actually really cool. So yeah, you can charge up, like run up to their face. So this is a little bit more, oh wow, you can just do this forever. You can just wait up, you can charge, and get right in their face. And then swing it, there we go. So this is a little bit different from the Greatsword, where the Greatsword, you are way more static. The hammer's actually maybe a little bit more hit and run. Maybe a little bit more, actually, which is weird because it's a hammer. Yeah, this is really weird. I would expect this from the Greatsword, but that's just how it is. So yeah, you want to be smashing their face or the hard pieces. But for the most part, look, it doesn't seem like it has too much going on with its combos, or at least in the tutorial. Yeah, look at this. Lots of big consecutive freaking smashing attacks. It's crazy. It is kind of funny how the big ass hammer is faster and more mobile than the Greatsword, but that's just how it is. So that's the hammer, guys, for the most part, the most vanilla. But even then, remember, certain weapons want to hit very specific parts of the monster. And the hammer, you want to hit him in the face. So that's probably why it makes so much sense for him to be so mobile. All right, then we got the Longsword here, favorite of many. Does a lot of damage. I have not mastered this weapon. It's got an elemental charge to it, the Spirit Blade. So what you're going to do is you're going to be just doing lots of flowing attacks.
The Longsword is a close-range weapon designed for cutting attacks. You can gather your.
By the way, cutting attacks, you want to hit fleshy parts, so that's going to be tails. So yeah, you mainly focus on people hitting the head, people hitting the tails, and then maybe somebody trying to rodeo or something like that. From there you can be pretty flexible. It's not a holy trinity, but basically, yeah, you want somebody who slashes and then somebody who smashes. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, now we got charged from attacking. You do a couple different attacks, lots of combos. Actually, basically this weapon has infinite combos. Like you're never not attacking with this weapon. You have infinite combos. It doesn't really drain you. But what does drain you is going to be your Spirit Blade attacks. This is going to do way more damage. Of course, way more flowing attacks. So, but yeah, then you're just nonstop attacking, guys. Like that's what this is. Just nonstop slashing, dashing, attacking. You got some kind of defensive mobility, but I don't really. Yeah, you got some pretty crazy attacks. Very For Honor-esque. I'm not sure if that's like in a samurai handbook or something, but yeah, I see that in a lot of games with samurai swords. Some katanas. What is this? A Nikana? Nikatana? Freaking, I don't know, man. Nikana, right? Anyways, so there's that weapon. I'm sure I missed a ton with that weapon. I guarantee it. I guarantee somebody's gonna be like, oh, actually, Sky, you could do this, this, and this, and that with that weapon. Yeah. Anyways, lots of combos with that. Now this one is it's hard to say it's a stance dancer though, but you get a stance. So this one's kind of similar.
Demon mode is super strong.
Yeah, so you have a demon mode or a demon stance, and you have all the same attacks basically, right? If I'm not mistaken, you might actually get one extra attack. Hold on, let me press triangle. Okay, I think you do get one extra attack. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get demon mode. So you can do this at any time, literally any time you want. You can demon mode, and then it drains stamina. But like, holy crap! Yeah, you do get a new moveset. Never mind. You just do so much damage. Now I'm standing still. Like this attack stands still. And right here, that attack, like if you're caught in that, like let's see right here. Like I can't move from this. I can't even dodge out of it. Yeah, you can't even dodge out of it. Not only that, but you're draining stamina. So even though you're doing a flurry of attacks, it's like, ooh, you could get real stuck. You could get real flucked, dude. So you gotta watch out for that. So yeah, you're gonna be disengaging. You do move really quickly. You don't even need to sprint really. And then you can, switching, you do stand still, but you do get a nice little dash. You get a dash and then you can circle out of that. You can circle here and you get some good mobility actually. Decent mobility, or I would say agility until, you know, you're on them and then you do your triangle circle and then it's just like, oh my God, that's so much damage. But yeah, you're also standing completely still. When it comes to DPS, no, this is the highest DPS weapon. You know, granted that you have to kind of risk a little bit more than ranged weapons. You know, you have to actually get in there. But yeah, in terms of just DPS, this is the most broken weapon. Not only that, but it's actually not too, I mean, it's pretty safe actually. Like, you're pretty safe. If you can just, you know, hold on, you can go demon mode, and then you can just kind of run, circle, you can do a quick dodge, circle, dodge, circle. Like, you can do a lot of really safe damage. You can end it and then run out, and then you could basically instantly do that again. So, this is actually probably the best weapon in the demo. Probably one of the best, I think. Of course, as a Monster Hunter complete noob, novice, but, you know, whatever. And I'm certain there's so much more you could do with that. Animation canceling and all sorts of ridiculous stuff with that speed weapon. All right, and I think we're on our final weapon, the Iron Bang. Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is different from the other Sword and Shield.
The Sword and Shield is a close-range weapon set that focuses on agility and
so this is probably the most well-rounded weapon, I would say. You know, other than it doesn't have range, but it's got good mobility. You can actually rodeo. This is actually a contender for Insect Glaive or rodeoing. Let's see. So let's see if we can learn this. All right. So we got a couple attacks from blocking. Yes, you do block. We are actually blocking here. Do we have a backstep? No, we don't. We just have straight up rolls, which is better than backstep. So yeah, you can move further, faster. You just run faster. It's very mobile, but you also block. You can get right into the faces of creatures, press a lot of buttons, do a lot of combos, Oh yeah, and you can freaking jump in the air. And yes, it does mounting damage. So that's just crazy. Another cool mechanic. So I'm sure there's lots of flowing combos you can do here. As you can see, not as much damage or as many attacks as others, but you do have some decent travel with a lot of these attacks. So you're going to probably be able to run and catch up to monsters pretty quickly. Yeah, like right there. That was actually a really decent travel. Like, look at this. The attack starts and then you still travel, and it actually aims upward, which is a really big thing. A lot of monsters have parts that are quite high in the air. You want to chop those things down. So yeah, lots of cool stuff that you can chain into. Lots of cool freaking attacks that are just ridiculous. Climb up on top of monsters. That's pretty fun. And you have blocking. So really well-rounded weapon set there. And of course, you can change around your whole build. Like I said, with okay, so for the sword and shield, and then the insect glaive, you want to be mounting a lot. So you're gonna want to have armor sets and you know, accessories that allow you to maybe do more damage while mounted, that allow you to mount better, stuff like that. And for instance, if you're playing the gun lance, then you're gonna want to change potentially to, you might want to have a mantle that makes you more, prompts monsters to attack you. So for a limited amount of time, then boom, there you go. You're basically literally a tank. You can taunt them. And of course, you're going to want to have the defense charm instead of the attack. If you're full range DPS, you know, with the steel assault, you're going to want to have the attack charm and just kind of just do that. So yeah, there's lots of different stuff that you can actually equip. Just the surface with the armor. But I did want to show off the different mechanics with these weapons. Now, some of them have big freaking explosive ultimates. Some of them don't. Some of them seem vanilla, but I promise you, when you actually get into hunting monsters, even the most vanilla of weapons will actually probably be quite engrossing and very fun. And then, of course, when you mix and match armors and try different builds, going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to get into the whole game. Yes, I'm going to be playing it. Yes, I'm going to be buying it and making content. This is the first of many, and I hope you guys are having fun. Thanks for watching, guys. These are the weapons inside of Monster Hunter World. I know for a lot of veterans, this is kind of usual, but hopefully we got to see some things that have changed up from the previous games and got you excited. Keep that hype alive, guys, and I'll see you again next time.